What's up, officer? It's your boy, Officer Main, and we having a breakdown of the one, the only Amazon Prime's Roadhouse, featured by Jake Gyllenhaal, Daniela McClure as Ellie, Conor McGregor as Knox, Jessica Williams as Frankie. Like I said, Jake Gyllenhaal as Elwood Dalton, who was formerly played by Patrick Swayze, who can play anything because Patrick Swayze is the best. But I do want to talk about this movie because this movie was really good, and I want to talk about the acting because I felt like Jake Gyllenhaal did his role well. I don't know if he's Patrick Swayze from the 1989 Roadhouse movie, but he is elite in this film. I thought he was very good. Um, Ellie didn't have much of a role, but I feel like that she's a great actress. Conor McGregor as a psychopathic dude who just likes to fight and just doesn't care about anything else or anyone else. Conor McGregor plays that role because he kind of plays that role in real life. I can't say that him as a person is that character, but he plays that role in real life. So Conor McGregor, he even did the Vince McMahon walk, which is hilarious. The bum out thing is funny to me. And I want to talk about somebody who also wasn't in the movie long. Frankie Jessica Williams is a future star, and I just want y'all to know that right now. I'm calling my girl Jessica Williams a future star. Frankie, she played the role well. It wasn't a lot to the movie because the movie was mostly Jake and all the other and Connor and um, all the other people in the movie, the villains and everybody. It was mostly just him and the little girl. Shot the little black girl. I don't know her name. She did well too. But Jessica Williams is a future star. She was believable in that role as a person who's kind of shisty. Because that's who Frankie is. She's a shisty person who didn't tell you why she having problems and why you got to fight all these people. But it was. The second thing important about this movie. Was this movie fun? Because that was Roadhouse supposed to be about. Fun. It was very fun to watch. I enjoyed watching it. It wasn't a chore to get through. It was really fun, actually. From the fight scenes to everything else, we're gonna get into soon. The music, everything kept me involved. Though his reasoning made sense. It kept you a little mystery on why he was like that. Even though, like I said, if you watched the 1989 film, you would already know this. But it kept you intrigued in his character, Jake Gyllenhaal character, his motivations and everything else. Keeping up with all the other characters. What is she hiding? What is he doing? Why do they want this so bad? Who were these guys? These guys are hilarious. The goons that got keep getting beat up, they are hilarious. Him taking them to the another scene, which we're not gonna do spoilers, but it's like certain things that his character does that's funny. We're gonna get into that in a minute. I'm gonna go more detail in what I'm talking about in that too. And was the action fun? The action sequences was fire. They had scenes in which it was flipped back and forth between like the fight on a side shot, a behind shot, and then like a first person view of him getting punched in the face. Then you had the slow mo when you get and all that. They had boat action. They had a bunch of different stuff that's just not fighting. They had funny scenes in it that was led through from the action. So like the action led to the funny scenes, which I respected. The same way the 1989 one did. I really did respect it. Now we're at the 3 minute and 25 minute mark. A little bit later, probably gonna be for some of y'all. But right now, spoilers. So if you're watching this video and you do not want to be spoiled, here it goes. Okay, 340. All right, we here. The movie starts off with him in the UFC fight, fighting the character you see right here, which is played by what's his name, the rapper. I can't think of his name right there. Not Jack Hall. I would say the rapper. I forgot his name. But he played that. He's on a 7 fight winning streak. Frankie goes on. She's looking for somebody to fight and run people off. And then Dalton comes in. And my guy who said, I'm not fighting him. I'm not fighting him. You're curious to why he won't fight him and why no one fights him and how he gets paid. And then the bouts and the people who's running and the thing like, hey man, you costing me money because everybody knows whoever you fight not gonna fight because of what you did. Which again is a good way to send you through the movie. It's like, what did he do that all these people are afraid of Dalton? When they hear the name Dalton, why do people have fear in their heart? So he goes through this. Frankie meets him outside, gives him an opportunity. They have this little scene in which he's like, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do this. It's going to bother me. I don't want to do it. I just want to go and get easy money and live my life. Even though it's getting harder because nobody's going against me. So no one bets against me. So everybody wins. The house wins because everybody's gonna vote for me soon as they see me. So I even have to hide my face so I don't have that issue. This is a very interesting story. The car gets hit by a train. He ends up going to the bus into Florida. Shout out to one of our favorite places, Florida. And he meets Frankie. They have everybody trying to run him off. There's a bar fight everywhere. Scenes. The initial group is led by this guy who ends up getting ate by an alligator, which is hilarious because he's the one who doesn't stop. And he has this nice dude who is hilarious because this guy is nice. But he's like, hey man, a bike's outside. So he goes, beats him up, takes him to the hospital where he meets Ellie. It's actually hilarious that he beats him up and then like, hey, these guys need help. Which Ellie finds attractive because most people just beat people up and then just leave them because Glass Tile, Florida is just a town just like that. You know what I mean? It's just people fight. So I don't like people that just fight people with violence. But she's flirting with him because he actually brought him to the hospital. Which I thought was hilarious that a man can beat people up and take them to the hospital because your personality is like, what kind of weird freak beats you up, breaks your arm, breaks your nose, give you a concussion, and take you to the hospital? And that leads to the whole dynamic of the movie in which we find out that the Roadhouse, they are trained to get rid of the Roadhouse so they can make this park. And this this rich boy kid is hiring people to beat people up so Frank can sell. Trying to bully her out of business and make sure she can't make money so she'll have to lose it anyway. And she won't have no choice but to. That's the plan. But Dalton is ruining the plan. So they, of course, have to end up calling Conor McGregor, who is Knox, who is a psychopath, just like Dalton would be. And he even met him at the end, like, you're crazy just like me, but I want to fight you to the end. And they have this epic fight scene, like I said, epic fight scene, which I love, by the way, in which people just ran and fight. It's a dude that would just stand over like, Floyd! And he just pushed the dude who was talking to his girl. It was hilarious, but he is about to leave. And it's this little black girl and it's her father who owns a grocery store and a bookstore, whom also they can't bully out, right? And they've been creating a relationship because she keeps calling him a hero who's going to save the city. Because the city needs saving from these rich tyrants that's trying to take all the land and take all the locally owned business and make it into a big theme park in which they outright be like, yeah, it's a good thing. And then they end up hurting the girl. You meet the sheriff, which is Ellie's father also, who points a gun at Dalton and all kind of craziness. It's not, to me, that wasn't really important. It just ends up showing something at the end. But ultimately, it ended up with Dalton beating up the bad guys, like I said. Shout out to Patrick Swayze back in the day. End up fighting Conor McGregor, who ends up killing the kid, and then he gets stabbed multiple times. As we see, Dalton character is also playing a character who, when pushed against the wall, he goes crazy. He also hit a dude in the throat, broke his trachea so he can't breathe, put him in the pool and put him in the ice, and then blame the police officer for it, and then stole the money, which ends up the whole sequence in which he needs his money to pay off certain debts. The rich spoiled kid, I don't even remember his name, I can't remember right now, but ultimately, like I said, it was a fun movie. Dalton ended up leaving the town after giving the money to the little black girl and her father. He ends up giving him the money, and like, I'm not a hero, and then walks off. And then you see like the people he trained as bouncers too, looking off, and he throws a chair and like, oh, he's gone now, and everybody know. But he ends up being like the hero of the city, because even in this case, most people would see the hero as the rich guy who went to jail for scamming, which is his father. Which I think would do a great number two, by the way. A great number two movie. It's a really good movie. Like, it's a really good movie. I would shout out to Amazon. They have been doing a great job. We have another review, Ricky Stanicki, in which Amazon also does a great job. So like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know when it drops. It drops in the same day. But we have more reviews. Shogun, BMF. We're a little late on things because I'm catching up now. Like I said, we're catching up now. Marvel 97. We'll be here Wednesday. We're going to have a good time. You know what I mean? So like I said, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. All that. Peace.